A few months ago, I went to a Christian club for the first time and I came with a lot of questions. Questions like, if God is real in the Christian sense, then how is there suffering across the world? And if someone never is introduced to Christianity throughout their lifetime, then how are they condemned to hell? And I got answers. The answers I received were very vague, indirect, and left much to be desired. At a table full of believers, I was unconvinced. The worst part, however, wasn't the answers, it was the way that they spoke, as if they were the teacher and I was the student, as if they were all knowing religious gurus and I knew nothing about religion at all. At what point I thought, wow, how did they come up with all the answers to life's biggest problems as a mere teenager? The reality was that many simply just didn't know the answers. This led me to ask the question, how can one accept a religion and be so confident and dedicated to it without questioning to a reasonable degree their own beliefs? These beliefs, often given to them by their parents, such as the case with politics, overall worldview, and morality. These beliefs we see passed on and even kept for a whole lifetime, accepted without any change. These beliefs stuck in time and not one's own. How can one be so close-minded? You must approach life with some level of reasonable doubt. We are all shaped by our conditioning, and the awareness of this must lead you to question your own beliefs for the sake of your own development and self discovery. To believe that you happen to be born with the right religion, morals, worldviews, and even your own self beliefs in a world of 8 billion people is ignorant. To truly become an individual, you must question these things and put yourself in someone else's shoes. Look at things from varying viewpoints and come up with your own answers unique to you, even if you end up agreeing with what you grew up believing. People often get to an age where they accept things as they are, and this is dangerous. Life is defined by change, and to come to terms with an outlook, particularly a negative one, can be damaging to your spiritual, mental, and physical health. Often we hear the trope of the young kid who wants to do good things for the world and the environment and make the world a better place, turning into this old man who no longer believes in such silly, unrealistic beliefs. And then that same old man ends up self sabotaging himself and criticizing others who are on the road to achieving the things that he once dreamed of. On the flip side, someone may have a positive outlook, but then the question arises, is ignorance truly bliss? Some people with positive outlooks are typically in developed countries where they can simply put their head in the sand and, to a degree, if they play their cards right, tune out all the negativity in the world. Instead of a more reasonable radical optimism, the yin and yang is thrown off, leading to positivity often based in avoidance. Even if you already have a very positive mindset, still taking other viewpoints into account and even opening yourself up to some negativity can be a good thing and allow yourself to maintain a realistic mindset. Each person is unique to a degree, and there is always room to discover what you may truly align with, as this is always changing. Perception is everything when it comes to the way that we feel, think, and our overall lifestyle. Open mindedness allows us to reshape and develop these interpretations and to grow over time. Society is always evolving, currently at a rate faster than ever, and with all of the opinions in the world at our fingertips, it is selfish to not be open minded. It is silly for your beliefs to never change when we are no longer limited to the ideas of even our local communities and libraries. We are now opened up to the world of infinite, endless, ever growing information, and we can develop our beliefs and look at different viewpoints in nothing but a few tabs. This is why socialization is so critical. Some viewpoints and outlooks can only ever truly be conveyed through the energy that you feel when you are with another person. This allows us to grow in mind and body. When you are alone in your home, you develop this brain fog, and your home closes you in, as well as all of your thoughts and ideas, and even with the internet, is prevented from expanding. When you go out and interact with other people, you take this roof off and open up the room for more expansion and allow for self development. While this may seem obvious, modern self improvement and self help pushes this idea of being a lone wolf, of this grind set mindset where you are all that you have, you are all that you can trust, and you need to tune everyone else out. This mindset is clearly flawed, as being around others challenges our beliefs and allows us to grow. Don't get too caught up in being open minded and questioning, however, as both ends of the extremes are negative. As if you are too closed off, you prevent growth and development. However, if you are too open minded, then you may have an existential crisis as the entire framework of the world that you live in crumbles. A good way to go about things is to use the current basis that you have for morality, politics, or whatever it may be, and change things along the way. Instead of being overwhelmed by all of the different options, subscribe to what you feel the most in tune with at the time. Being open minded isn't about constantly questioning everything, and instead is about believing what you believe right now entirely and fully, and being open to the fact that life is uncertain and you do not need to be 100% sure about anything to believe in it. Open mindedness is less about actively questioning your beliefs and more so about being open to other perspectives so that you can allow for the change and growth of your own. Constantly questioning can also lead to the illusion of progress. We may feel like a modern Socrates or Plato, staying in at home, pondering the greater things in life, like we are a step closer to uncovering the real meaning of life. However, the reality is that constantly questioning like this can actually lead to the depriving of real experience. We may stay in and think about life's biggest questions instead of going out and actually living and experiencing things that would completely change and reshape our inner dialogue and the way that we would think about these things entirely. While thinking of these things can be fun at times, it can deprive you of real growth if done in excess and can even give you a superiority complex as you think you know more than other people. We may justify it as a better use of our time, but the reality is that nothing can replace real world experiences and socializing with real people, as that is where true growth is found. The idea of being closed minded comes with this negative connotation, and all that I have said might appear to add to that. The reality is that some level of closed mindedness and being firm in your beliefs is critical and essential for life. Without some level of closed mindedness, we would feel lost. Life is less about the black and white, the open and closed, the good and the bad, and more about this gray area in between. Instead of the extremes, with both, balance is achieved. It is in this balance that we can find harmony and peace. For someone who is more naturally uncertain and insecure, being more closed minded may be essential. However, for someone that is more confident and insecure, the reality is that being more open can lead to more growth and development in your being. When we understand our own natural inclinations, we enable ourselves to discover our own natural equilibrium, and it is in this natural equilibrium that our true state of being is found. Thanks for watching. If you guys want to see more videos like this one, then subscribe, like, whatever. I plan to be putting out more videos like this in the future. Some drumming videos upcoming soon. And yeah, thank you.